battle.
Hey, Juventini, how's it going? Pretty good match today, eh? 5-0 win. We dominated.
Julia Grosso hat trick. We absolutely dominated the living hell out of Sampdoria, right?
No, she actually didn't play. She's rested. Squad rotation, Dash. Man, everyone else scored. Everyone else players scored today. Oh man. Yeah, it was domination. And you know what? I missed so many of the goals. Like you got to take a piss kind of thing, and bam, another goal's in. So it was one of those games. Unfortunately, there's so many goals you can't catch them all.
Alrighty, guys, on a more serious note, welcome to the Sunday Shit Show episode where we're here to talk about the absolute dumpster fire that we all and our side of the world had to wake up and watch. I'm Dash, joined with my buddy Dave. This is going to be the Sunday Roast Show because I've got a lot on my mind. I've got some players that I need to cook, a manager that I need to cook, and I don't mean cooking in the kitchen. I mean figuratively cooking.
You were cooking in the kitchen today.
I was cooking in the kitchen, and I almost threw a frying pan at the TV. I have that knack of reputation that everyone's like, yeah, Dash, you're super calm and blah, blah, blah. I was pissed. This was like one of the first times in a very long time I was really pissed off. Because the thing is like, there's games where you can sit there and you can say, fuck, it was one of those games that happens. Like I wrote Napoli as one of those games, and you only have so many of those games that I will give you. And Atalanta was kind of borderline on it. Monza, for me, this is absolutely unexcusable. There is no excuse for what happened.
I haven't found any excuses at all.
You played these guys 10 days ago at home in the same flipping place.
Mm-hmm.
They came to you and they brought a game to you 10 days ago. And this team sat here and my thing is and it's almost kind of like arrogance. I kind of felt a little bit of arrogance where either they didn't prepare because they thought, oh, whatever, we beat these guys 10 days ago at home, just repeat the process. Either that or I don't know what the hell Allegri was thinking, because I saw 3 formations in 45 minutes. 3. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of disjointedness. I guess you're going to break that down. Just tell us, what were the 3 formations?
So the first formation that we kicked the game off with was a 5-3-2. Then we tried to play a 3-5-2. And then we switched to a 4-2-3-1. So we played multiple positions. And the thing is like, my issue is like, you started DeCilio, who hasn't played a game in months.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I get it, it's Monza, but that too. And Federico Gatti, I want him to be good. Like, I want him to develop into a nice defender. But that first goal, Danilo and Bremer were trying to play an offside trap, and you're 2 steps behind these guys looking at that defender or that striker that was coming in.
He does tend to be a couple steps behind consistently.
You're not going to catch this guy. And the thing is like, look, if he was the lead defender in the back 3, so if he was in Danilo's position and he played him on sides, I get it, because your back is behind your other center backs and you can't see where they're at. But he was on the opposite side of the field playing this guy on. You can't make that mistake in top flight football. Like, I don't understand, like, what is his thought process on there? Like, you're not going to reach him in time, and the guy behind you isn't going to get the ball regardless because it's an offsides play. And the other thing is, and this is one of the questions that I want to ask, what does Paredes even do? Does anybody know what Paredes does? Besides, like, miss tackles atrociously bad that ends up becoming a one-on-one with the goalkeeper? Like, dude, I think this guy's still sitting there celebrating about the World Cup in his hotel room. I think that's all he thinks about at this point. Because, I mean, even that pass that he gave to Chiesa's literally telling him, hey, just put the ball here for me while I make this run. Because other than that, I haven't seen Paredes do anything. I still think Paredes is still on his World Cup honeymoon.
You know what? You're angry, and I'm not right now.
Yeah.
I have puppies. That's the only difference.
That's true.
So screw you. And I was mad, and then
Yeah, I know. It was funny because I saw one of the comments like, "We need Dash's soothing voice. We need therapy." I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys. I'm coming in with heat. I'm coming in with heat." Because the thing is like, I'm not like BZ. I'm not going to sit here and say all-time lows, banter club, blah blah blah. That's bullshit.
Oh, did you do that?
What?
Were you watching other people's crap again, getting angry?
No, I actually didn't. But like, I'm not gonna do that. This is not what we do here. This is not how we operate. I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh man, we're at an all-time low." No, but I'm also not gonna sit here and say everything's just peachy. And I'm not gonna make an excuse when there's no excuse to be made. When there's certain things, like for example, Napoli and Atalanta were great examples where I can sit here and justify certain things because I saw stuff. But Monza, this game is absolutely unforgivable in my opinion. This was ridiculous. And the thing is I don't know. And Allegri's probably going to be on the top of my frying list. And a lot of people, you've seen the videos of me talking. I'm not Allegri out. I'm still not Allegri out because that doesn't solve the issue. My thing is what are you thinking at this point, Allegri? Because you ran 3 formations. Were you training with 1 formation and then you punked out at kickoff? Like that to me makes no sense because that team just didn't make sense at all today. Like it was just the weirdest 11 players I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was disjointed. I think that was the common theme.
'Cause
KB's saying, "What's up, nerds?
hey,
What's
KB.
going on?" And Comcast as well. Yeah,
So
both. Yeah,
yeah, so the thing is like, was he trying to do a back 4? And then absolutely was like, nah, psych, I'm gonna switch the script. Because the thing is like we joked around about it in our double take, but holy hell, man, the back 3 is absolute trash right now. Like it is not playable.
yeah.
And
But what happened?
it's
Like all of a
just
sudden,
it's a snowball effect of mismarking, bad placement, bad like for example, Moise Keane.
Moisey.
Does that dude know where he is half the time? Because offensively, I look at Moise Keane and he just runs into 2 or 3 defenders and then has the ball with them and then just runs into it. Like,
A
dude,
lot of
what
people, they were all doing that today, though.
it,
Just
it
kind of like
just
running at players.
it just made no sense to me. Like, and with all due respect to Monza, they're playing a really great season, way above expectations.
Yeah, it's the hookers.
Yeah, it's the Berlusconi hookers. But come on. Like, what is this? How can you not? In this game was poor preparation, and they had 7 days.
Yeah, that's
That is ridiculous. When you have 7 days, and McKennie isn't a reason why somehow everything got discombobulated. McKennie's probably on a plane right now just saying, holy shit, I just dodged the bullet.
He's doing his medical tomorrow, so
Yeah. Romeo Agresti tweeted a video of him going to the airport. So he's actually out. I think he's in England. So,
Yeah.
all the best, McKennie. Appreciate the 2.5 years that you did here. But oh my goodness, man. Because the thing is like, and I'm getting really irritated with some of these things where it's like, what are we built for? Like what formation are we built for? Because I'm really getting irritated hearing, oh, Bremer can't play in a back 3. Bremer can only play in a back 3. Bonucci can't. He can only play in a back 3. We can't do this. We can't do that. Some of these guys are paid professionals. Learn.
yeah,
Like seriously.
at some point.
And the thing is like, ironically, I think the best we played was when we were in that 4-2-3-1. Ironically, of all things. But and the thing, and I'm gonna say this with Kostic, because I feel bad for the guy. The poor guy's being run to the ground. Why not start Illing in this game? This is one of the games that you start Illing Jr. in as a left wing back.
Yep.
Instead, you're running this poor man into the ground. Because he's already had fatigue issues. We already lost Chiesa from fatigue for 1 game. My thing is at this point, you've lost 15 points. I would just start throwing everything right now at this point. I don't understand why you need to come out afraid against Monza. I get it. Respect them. You should, because they are a very dangerous team. But to sit there and just start with a 5-3-2? Like, what are we? Frozzone? Cremonese? Like, what is this?
KB's just being an ass here, saying we're built for a relegation battle and built for 5-4-1.
Yeah, because that's literally what I saw the first 20 minutes was a
Oh,
5-3-2. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, am I looking at this right? Like, Kostic is tucked in. DeCilio is tucked in. And I'm sitting here like, there's no movement up front because there's no one. There's no when you run a 3-5-2, your wingbacks are the most critical pieces in that formation. And if those guys tuck in and sit back, You have no offense.
So has
You're
DeShilio ever played as a wingback?
Yeah, he's played at Milan. He's played even with us sometimes
Okay,
as
going back.
substitutes.
I
Yeah.
just can't. I just can't remember the last time.
Yeah.
This season he has then.
This season, I don't think he's played much just due to injury.
Yeah, so I'm trying to remember last time he played. So like he's not a natural wingback. He's definitely a fullback. He doesn't have offense in him. He's not that kind of guy.
The only natural fullback that we have on this team is Kostic. That's it.
Wingback, you mean?
Yeah, the only wingback. Did I say fullback? My
Yeah,
bad.
you did.
Okay, sorry. But yeah, the only natural wingback is Kostic. No one else.
Yeah.
Illing is a converted wingback because he normally plays as a winger. Same thing with Quadrado.
Which is
And then-
why are we playing a 3-5-2? I mean, we just yelled about this.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with it. The only players that are suitable for a 4-man defense are Rugani and Gatti. Because Bonucci's not healthy, and even that Bonucci, his best days were when he played in a back three with Barzagli and Chiellini. We've seen Bonucci go to a back two at Milan and absolutely just stink. And even with us, and everyone's complained about Bonucci for the past 3-4 seasons, whenever we've played with a back four, about him being burned easy. So
we're getting burned easy in a back three. So
no, we're getting cooked in a back three. So, we're not getting burned. We're getting cooked.
Is it 10 goals in 30 games we've conceded? Like,
yes,
me.
It is insane. It just that my issue is like, for example, and this is where I give Didier Deschamps credit. He got cooked by Argentina in that first half, and he completely changed his lineup minute 30.
Mm-hmm.
Allegri needs to do that. He should have did that. And the thing, too, is you have no creativity in the midfield, and you don't even put in Paul Pogba. That to me,
I'm actually surprised. Yeah, I didn't think we would see Vlahovic today because Milik is typically, good enough.
And the problem is we've lost Milik now. For how long? I don't know. I mean, it's a muscle. Yeah. It's a muscle injury. I hope it's not anything too crazy. But
you know what? I'm upset. I'm upset about something there. Sorry, I got to bring it up.
Do it.
There was a report. I forgot the name. I don't know who it was, but it was put up that he's out for a right thigh injury, and the picture shows his left thigh getting taped. I don't know.
Internet journalists at their finest, right?
You know what I'm saying. Anyways, go on.
But you need a creative player because our midfield just wasn't able to produce because every attacking option was center back to forward, nothing in between. That's when you bring in a Paul Pogba. That's when you say, hey, try to do something. Try to at least pull them out of position or do something.
Well, we did see Locatelli come in.
We did, but it needed Pogba. Because the thing is like, with all due respect to Locatelli, you're just not Pogba.
I have a feeling, just a feeling here, but I don't think he's quite ready. And I feel that if he was to come on, it would have been one of those situations where we were in control of the game. Here's like 20 easy minutes, go.
So my thoughts on Pogba tactically would have been put him in and use him as a dummy. So, like, for example, he doesn't need to be a part of any intricate play. His presence is enough to warrant Monza, like, for example, Ravella, to shift out of position to mark him or other players like that. So, like, my thing is having him there is just as a oh, shoot. And I think that's what Vlahovic was initially supposed to be, but then Milik got hurt. It's just, I would say this game is on Allegri 100%. Some of the players did play like trash. Don't get me wrong. Some of the players did play terrible. But the fact that Allegri didn't take the initiative to change the problem. Like, yeah, I get it. He did some substitutions at halftime. And to be honest with you, Sule didn't make sense to me. Why would you bring on Sule? Where would you even put him at that point? Because if you think about it, you have Di Maria and Keane already up top. And then he came in for a midfielder, I think.
Yeah. So I was confused too. I kind of lost track of what was going on because the formation didn't make sense. The changes didn't make sense. I lost track. So I could only imagine the players just trying to figure out what was going on there.
Here's my thought, David, and here's what I think happened. At that moment, Allegri switched to a 4-2-3-1. So he decided to put Sule on the right, Di Maria behind Keane, and then I think it was Illing Jr. on the left.
it's such a drastic change,
It
though.
is a huge change, especially with the personnel that you have on the field, because then you force 3 center backs where one of them has to play as a fullback.
Yeah, it was so confusing.
And the thing is the formation worked, but you should have started with it. You shouldn't have switched midway through it. Because the thing is you're going from a 3-man, 5 midfield to a totally different system.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with the 4-2-3-1, you're playing with a double pivot in the midfield. So one of them's your defensive pivot, which is Rabiot, and Paredes, for the love of God, I don't know, man. And this one's on Allegri. I defended Paredes, not because he's a great player or anything like that. I said he's what the coach wants for the system, and that's it.
No,
Dude,
he's trash. He's trash. We all
Allegri,
know it.
holy crap, what did you see in this guy? Someone please in the chat tell me like what Allegri could have potentially saw in Paredes. Because I really think and here go ahead, Dave.
He's gone though. He's gone. So there is that.
It's just the thing that frustrates me more is the guy that's essentially in the twilight of his career, the guy that's on the way out, Di Maria, is outperforming Paredes.
That's a good point. Yep.
Like that to me is baffled me because everyone was saying at the beginning of the season, Di Maria is just using us to stay fit for the World Cup, yada yada yada. That dude was trying his hardest to ball out there, and Paredes is all giggly and like vibes and all that stuff. Where it's like, I still think he's in La La Land with the World Cup, and even there he got benched.
Yeah, yeah, he was like what the next guy up in the pecking order after Dybala.
Well, his coach called him as the Argentinian Pirlo, and then it just went downhill from there. So to me, I don't know what Allegri saw in him at this point because he hasn't shown anything. Like
maybe he saw potential that was never realized. Who knows?
That's on Allegri then because you need to maximize that potential. Because at this point, I would have rather had Rabiot and Fagioli in the back too for that 4-2-3-1.
Yeah,
because out of that entire midfield, Fagioli was the best player.
He was balling out today. He couldn't do much by himself. Like he was always at least double mark. There was like 5 guys on him at one point.
Burgers and fries, but but it was just a mess. It's honestly it is, and it's an unacceptable mess. Because you're trained professionals. We have a club of standards. We are Juventus. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh man, we've lowered our standards. No, some of these players need to get their heads out of their asses. And I'm kind of glad that no player has kind of done any corny posts on the internet or anything like that because I would have lost my mind.
Because we've heard it. Like, you can't do that anymore. Bonucci, maybe they took his account away.
Yeah, I think I guess the whoever runs his Instagram or Twitter page just pulled it. But this is one of those where this team needs to wear this egg on their face and they have to turn this around. Allegri, you need to figure something out here.
Yes.
Because this is unacceptable. All credit to Monza. And we've said it, on Juve Twitch. We have said it on every time we've talked about it. Monza is a dangerous team. Do not take these guys lightly. And what did we do? Sunday afternoon vibes. Let's just chill. Let's phone it in. We beat these guys in Coppa Italia. Because my thing is what I hate about Juventus is them going in and playing with a sense of arrogance like they started this game out. Arrogance and cluelessness.
They can't have, you can't have that anymore.
That's something Napoli does. We're not them.
Look at our position. We have to put our heads down. I don't get it. It's hard. I can't make excuses. You haven't made excuses. Dash is angry, guys. I don't know what to say. Dash is angry. I've been angry for a week up until I got puppies. So it's bad, I guess.
you want to give your take because I've hogged the microphone for a very long time. I didn't get a chance to talk on the watch along, so I was just like, ugh.
No, it's fine. We're 20 minutes in, no big deal. He's just 20-minute monologue. He's good for it. So there you go. I don't really have a whole lot to add. Honestly, you kind of said it in the past 20 minutes.
All right. So I'll throw this topic out for the chat while they kind of give us some responses. And then, so I'm going to say this, chat. Who was your LVP of the game? Your least valuable player?
LVP Kostic for me.
Kostic? Okay.
Yeah.
So chat,
Um,
go ahead and type that sucker in.
and like I mentioned, I think he just had a really off day. It's not that I don't think he's
He's tired.
bad.
I think he's tired.
I don't know if that was the excuse though. He had 7 days off unless he trained really hard.
So, for me, the indication that I saw that, like, because sometimes, Dave, like, fatigue gets you. Even if you've had 7 days off, your legs will feel heavy. So, the one reason why I thought something was off on him, so there was, I believe it was like the 17th or 18th minute, there was a cross that comes into the ball from Keane. He flicks the ball over to Kostic,
Yeah.
and like his range of motion just looked terrible, where he kind of skins the ball.
Okay.
So, I kind of saw it where I was like, oh shit, this guy's fatigued. Like, you could tell. Because, like, he was being run to death by Serbia. He was being run to death by us before the break. And I just, because the problem is, so the thing is, especially when it comes to, like, if anyone's ever played in a tournament or even like a long day of playing, like, you'll play 3, 4 games back to back to back, and then you have an hour break. That is the worst thing ever. Because then your legs lock up and everything just kind of gets fatigued. And I felt bad for Kostic because the guy puts in the effort, but that he was just his leg was just done. His legs were done.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just with Yusuf here. I know there's a lot of hate in Paradise. I'm definitely throwing a lot of shade his way as well. I just think Kostic, he didn't add anything. I don't think. Whenever he was going forward, he would give it up or just it was just bad. With Paradise, he was making passes. He was technically sitting as that deep midfielder. Did he do anything great? No, but he was. I don't know. I just don't think he was as bad. Doesn't really matter. It's pedantic to really talk about. They were both trash.
But it's so the thing with Paredes, and I wish I could show the damn clip, but that second goal, what was he? Was it like some kind of spinning karate kick that he was doing, and he completely whiffed that ball? Like I've never seen something like that in my life.
So
And he
KB
just
just
kinda
says, sorry, the KB, just the whole midfield. He's even Fajoli.
that would be
Come
unfair to
on,
give
come
Fajoli a
on.
hard rating.
Don't hit on
But
the
he also says this. He says Pogba was mine. Dude has been out for half a season without any contribution, and don't be surprised if he goes the entire season without playing. At that point, I think he'd just get run out of town.
He's gonna play at this point. He's Lazio. I'm imagining. I think that's Thursday.
Yeah, they're saying that Chiesa, Pogba, and Vlahovic will all be ready for Lazio on Thursday. So that's one of the things that we've gotten at least a thumbs up for. But
Well, that's something. But I mean, that's Thursday. We gotta bitch about today first. Talk about Thursday later.
So the one thing I do want to kind of touch briefly is I kind of want to touch like a lot of the Allegri out comments and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I don't think the club will sack him unless it is a complete catastrophic failure.
Yeah, it has to get really bad.
Because the reason is that goes in. Oh, I think I found the Paredes thing on Twitter, so I might be able to share
the twits.
Yep. But go ahead, Dave. I'm just trying to check it real quick.
Let's get to some comments here. Paradise, he did nothing defensively and offensively. At least Costas patches the threat going forward. Yeah, okay. So that was going back to my previous thing there. KB hates all the midfield. So okay, here we go. Here's his response. Fajoli, I don't blame him. He came in and Allegri put the faith of the comeback on his back. He was just the only one balling. I don't know what else to say. He was putting it out. Locatelli came on. He did a bit, but disjointed. There was no connection. Like you said, they overpassed the midfield. Whenever the midfield had it, they just kind of dribbled it away. Lost possession almost immediately. Oh man, it's just frustration all around. And I think that's just it. There's no communication. The formation was bad.
It was ugly. So I don't want to share the screen because it'll lag and stuff like that. Because I don't know why they do that, but I try to do it this way.
He's engineering.
There we go. I'm gonna turn off the volume. All right, so this is the one thing that I kind of wanted to touch on. So, like for example, look right here. This is Paredes. Look at this tackle. Absolutely atrocious.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah, that was
So
bad.
he's right here. So like, oh, you can't see my mouse on this, but you can see where Paredes is. So you look at the furthest Monza player up in the middle. There's Paredes. Instead of undercutting that run and moving diagonal, he runs linear towards him. And then look at this. How can you be a center defensive midfielder and that's how you go at a tackle?
Yeah,
That is ridiculous.
you got him. You got him. The evidence is right there.
I mean, that is insane to me. And then everything kind of goes in, and then we have what we have essentially what is them essentially driving forward, and then unfortunately, and I don't understand how someone says that Bremer is responsible for this. Because you have that much space, Bremer's in no man's land at this point. And then, yeah, you can say he misses the tackle there, but and then the pass that goes through there. Like that, this should have never happened if Paredes did what he was supposed to do.
Just way too much space.
Way too much space.
And they made it look good, right? They're making these nice little through passes to each other constantly. Even the offside one.
Yeah.
They were all little pretty passes.
And then this is, I believe, Gatti as well. Like this is Gatti again, where he doesn't even press the guy. Look, where are you shuffling to? Like that, like, come on, man. Like, this is Serie B defending out of him. Like, I'm sorry, but look, ball's right here. You have a player here. Even if you undercut this player's route, the lead player's route, and potentially make him think about the offsides trap. But look at Gatti. What are you defending?
What do you think this from Bones?
He
Have him
says,
play
dude,
like a
Dash,
CDM.
I was thinking if you see Gatti play, I feel like you can try him as a CDM. I would actually be okay with him being as a CDM. He can dribble, he can move forward with the ball. It's not a bad idea. But as a center back right now, I just don't see him up to par.
I think it's just anybody but Paredes right now.
Yeah, well, that's the sad part. But like again, right here, you look at Gatti, and then it's like, see if I can freeze frame it. Who are you marking? Because Bremer's already beat. What are you doing? Look at this. This is like he's like, I don't want to be a part of this. And then it's not even to mention the stupid offsides trap that he completely blew on the first one. But this to me is unforgivable. When you have this much space, at this point, if I were Gatti, I would have just literally pressed at that point, and maybe I could get lucky to get him offsides. Because the thing is as a center back, when you're pressing the ball, you make the other defenders think, oh shoot, I got to check if I'm onside or offsides. And it changes the entire perception of how they come at you. This guy's sitting here looking at Gatti like, is this guy not going to just give me the space? All right, cool. Through ball diagonal, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Boom, 2-0. Because that's literally what happened. Because that to me is unforgivable. And you can't and you can't blame Allegri on this one. That's just pure player intelligence. Like, that is ridiculous to me right there, how that just completely went through the way that it did. Like, I'm sorry.
Dash is fired up. What can we do? What can we do for Dash tonight?
Just make sure you like and subscribe to the video.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We're at, I think, I'll just double check. We're so close. Guys, just like and subscribe. Yeah, it's 978. So 22 people. So we just need 22 more people. It's easy.
But I mean, chat, am I wrong here? Feel free to call me out. There's no problem. I've got no problem taking constructive criticism, anything whatsoever. But
I like when people call you out. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun too. I enjoy it. But like, the thing is like when you make stuff like that, like your coach is watching this, like, shit, I've got no one to play. I have this guy that's making, pickup level mistakes. Because the thing is it's a two-way street. It's not just coach and then player. It's coach, player, and then if the player doesn't do what the coach wants the players to do, the coach is stuck. Like, he's like, what the hell do I do? What formation do I play? How do I play this? I've got guys that can't do offside traps properly. I've got people who can't mark properly. I have a center defensive midfielder who doesn't know the concept of a slide tackle. Like, if I'm and it's like thinking, and I'm trying to put my coaching glasses on and thinking at it as a coaching perspective as well. I'm trying to sit here and think, okay, cool. What could I do different? What could I adjust? And I'm sitting here like, this team is like showing me that, hey, coach, you're getting sacked in the summer. from just the way that they're putting it in. But
Yeah.
I digress. Man, I've just been going ham.
You have. It's
KB
fine.
says
It's fine.
so KB says just sell the entire back line and start the under 16. We have an under 16? I thought it was under 19s.
There is under 16s. Nobody talks about them.
And then Yusuf says Dash is on fire. Boy, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's up on you. I'm just sitting back. I'm just chilling. It's all good. I talked for like 2.5 hours today. I'm good.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, and it's and the one thing that really fires me up is again where I see the whole the whole Allegri out train. Because for me, it's like, guys, we are in a really crappy position. If we switch coaches and he flops, we're in danger of getting relegated. And this is me thinking if the 15 doesn't get put back in. Because in theory,
who knows what happens?
Yeah, statistically, we're technically in the relegation hole until we get past 40 points. So,
yeah,
right now, to some of those folks that are yelling Allegri out, if Allegri is in a pitfall, who's going to fix this? The only person I could see that could even do anything decent would be Conte. And you guys know how Conte is.
He said it.
And we all know how toxic he is as a coach. So my thing is we got to, this team needs to, and it's also the players too. Some of these players need to mature as well. Like Gatti, man, you keep making way too many mistakes. Too many mistakes that are critical. And you're trying to, and the thing is again, dude, I still think he's a Serie B defender at best at this point. He'll make a couple of great tackles, some great dribbles, and some great runs, but it's bonehead mistakes like that where I'm sitting here like, dude, this is insane. It is. And then it's like, you look at Paredes as well. Like, this guy's a World Cup winner, and this guy doesn't know how to slide tackle. And he doesn't even know how to mark properly. The dude literally was like...
He's not the reason why.
Yeah, I get it. But,
come on.
But the thing is again, he's playing on a high caliber Argentina team, as well as him playing at PSG. But the thing is for me, it's intelligence, like football IQ, that some of these players just do not have it. Like, for example, Moise Kean. Dude, do you not understand where you're placing yourself on the field? Like for example, if I can show my goal that I scored the other night, I saw, hey, I have a defender on my left shoulder, I have a defender on my right shoulder. There's a gap in the space. Let me place myself in that position so I can score, which I did. And I'm not trying to compare myself as a pro or anything like that, but
you just did, though.
I low-key did. But use your noggin. Use your head. And that's one of the things where I just didn't see it. Like, for example, Moise Kean, guys, he is phenomenal as far as physical build and technique. Kean's actually pretty good. The problem that Kean has is he doesn't know where he is half the time. And that's Moise Kean's problem. That is, in my opinion, is the one thing that's keeping him from being a great striker. Is for him to figure out, I need to watch film and I need to understand how defenders play, how they position themselves so I can position myself in the best play. Because Moise Kean, and that's what frustrates me about Moise Kean, is because he's a great player. Physically, that guy is a beast. Mm-hmm. He is huge physically. He's fast. He can dribble. He can shoot. He can use his head for heading ability. He's a complete striker. It's just he's an idiot. I shouldn't say that, but he just doesn't know where he is.
It's a little rough.
That was a little rough. I do apologize on that. But the guy, his football IQ is just not there. And that's what frustrates me the most. Is just understanding your positioning and understanding where you need to be, how you need to move, and where you need to go.
All right, Dash. All right, Dash. What could we do? You gotta chill. You gotta chill. Yeah. What could we do? What could we do to cheer you up? Do you need puppies?
No, I'm good. No. I need to let it out for the content.
Oh man, it's like a half hour plus now. You're making me hungry. You're making me hungry talking about this. I got a classic Sunday evening osso buco in the oven once again. Homemade noodles.
I made this really, really nice deep dish today. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, how deep?
That's what she said. So the thing is, so you asked, so the one thing that and I'm not gonna, rant without giving a possible solution, but the one thing I do need to think or say, and this is what KB is saying, I'm aligned with KB. 3-5-2 is not working. We need to switch away from this. We had 3 games back to back to back that showed us it's not working.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to sit here and say the 8-game win streak is a fluke because, again, you can't win 8 times in a row by fluking it. You get maybe 1 or 2 wins by flukes. That's the honest to God truth. So the one thing I think is Allegri needs to pull the trigger, switch to a back 4. If the players say it's not my best play style, I would tell them toughen up.
A lot of people I've been playing not that like McKennie as a right wing back, for instance.
Because, and that's the one thing you got to tell the players as well. Allegri needs to put his foot down as a coach and say, hey, this is the formation that I want to play, and this is how we're going to do it. This is what suits us currently with what we have, because what we're doing right now isn't working. If the players object, they have to be adults, be professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of those things where that is going to be the solution going forward. The coach, Allegri, needs to watch the tape, evaluate the players, and stick with the formation. We can't tinker. Because this is a tinker man. We're tinkering right now at this point. Because, well, if I do this, it might work. If I do that, it might work. Pick a formation, run with it. Because the problem is we can't keep shifting formations because even our transfer market over the summer is now. We built originally our transfer market was for a 4-3-3. We stopped doing that. We did a 3-5-2, which this team apparently has players that can play in a 3-5-2. Because, again, it's not me knocking on the Bremer transfer, but, like, for example, if you were doing a 4-3-3 and you purchase Bremer who can only play in a back 3, it makes no sense to me. So there's a couple of things where structurally it just doesn't make sense to me. But
KB is dad joking it over here.
But a fluke is most common fish on the sea, so it's not. Oh, that's so funny.
So bad. Come on. You guys are better than this.
I have taught you well, KB. I have taught you well.
Ridiculous.
And feel free to call me out, but I think our way to go is we need to switch to a back 4, whether it's a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Personally, I think the 4-2-3-1 might help more because, again, it's more suited for Pogba and it's more suited for Fagioli and Moretti. Because no offense to Paredes, I don't care.
Paredes out. Hashtag it. KB, you're up.
I don't care. I know what's his face. Wings of Winter will lead the motion on that one. But
oh yeah, we haven't heard from him in a while. I hope we do.
Yeah, but with all due respect to Paredes, you just know this game just showed me that you're good for 15 minutes, 25 minutes as a sub.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's all right for a sub.
Yeah.
So
and Bones says bench him. So I think the 4-2-3-1, we've got defensive midfielders in Fagioli and Rabiot or Locatelli, and then you have an alternate between Moretti and Pogba as the advanced midfielder. And I think that suits Moretti a lot more better than that one position in the 3-5-1-1.
Oh, no, that's not a good position for him.
Yep. And then on your left, you can either have Kostic, you can have Illing, and then on your right, you can have Sule, or you can have Di Maria, and then up top, we're going to be out with Milik. I don't know how long he's going to be out or how much he's going to sit out, but you would alternate between Keane and Vlahovic.
Mm.
And then on the left back position, you either run Sandro or you run Kostic. I don't know at this point.
DeCilio could do it.
Or DeCilio.
Quadrado will be back
on the right side. And then you have to tell Bremer, hey, man up. And you got to learn how to play in a back 4.
Mm-hmm. And maybe try a Barbieri, toss him at it. I don't know.
At this point, I'm surprised why they haven't. That's the
I'm
one thing.
Surprised too, yeah.
That's the one thing that didn't make sense. And this is where I'm a little bit frustrated in Allegri. You were willing to start a guy that has been injured and hasn't played in months in DeCilio, but you didn't pull up Barbieri, who has been playing consistently. So that is the one question that I have.
FCB fans here. He's announced it.
We have Barcelona fans that watch us?
Maybe just one.
Oh, that's interesting.
I know him. It's not that interesting. I know him.
Okay. I got you. I thought it was like maybe Peepo making like a burner account or something like that.
No.
But speaking of people, I haven't seen people at all during the stream. But
Not tonight, but he's around. Well, maybe it's Sunday night. Family things happen.
I'm just waiting for the people is here. But
Well, he put one in earlier, so when he does that, he's usually busier.
no,
Because that's the very first. He was first.
I gotcha.
So
yeah. Yeah, so Bones, I forgot about Chiesa, man. I'm sorry, guys. Bones brings a good point. Pay Kostic left back and Chiesa left mid. Oops, sorry, Dave. But it makes the most sense right now. Let me see if I can actually sketch it for you guys, because I actually have this right here.
Oh, he's got the green board?
I do. I have the coach's board. So if we think about it, because I'm just a little...
You gotta just make it big. I'm gonna make it big.
You're gonna make me... That's what she said.
Yeah, it's all you.
All right, so... I'm going to try this out and see how it actually works on a live show. Because I could use the tactical manager pad, but I just don't feel like doing it. So again, boom, 4-2-3-1. I think right now, because the thing is when you have Dusan as your advanced position, you can play Pogba right behind him, which offers you a dual threat. And then on the right, you can play... Because the thing that we've seen that's successful is when you have Chiesa and Di Maria on opposite wings, it looks like we create a lot of chances. And I believe that's what we played against Atalanta, and we did really well. Because right now, offensively, there's an issue. And I think this fixes it right here, if you guys can see it. So it's Vlahovic at the 9, Chiesa on the left, Pogba in the middle, and Di Maria on the right. I think offensively, that sorts it out. But I'm not too worried about that offensively. The problem that I have, guys, is the bottom half. That's what concerns me the most, and that's what the issues that we've been having in the most recent games.
You don't actually tell your girlfriends that, do you?
I do all the time. You don't?
No, I'm still married, anyways.
So
she made me a sandwich. She gave me a sandwich midstream today because I sent her text messages. I'm like, I'm hungry.
Oh, that's what that was. Because like I heard you saying something about it, and then KB's like, eat it, and I was like, whoa, what am I missing here?
Oh, I ASMR because she threw some Miss Vicky's sea salt and vinegar on the side. So I ASMR'd some chip crunching.
I gotcha.
Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. He gave me heart emojis and shit. It was fucked up.
I gotcha. So here's my recommendation for the two in the middle. Guys, feel free to throw in some critique. But so right now, I think it's Fagioli and Rabiot that play in that bottom pivot for the defensive part of the formation. I don't see anything else right now. I mean, with all respect to Locatelli, I think Fagioli starts over him at this point. I just think Fagioli is a lot more composed, a lot more relaxed in that role. The problem is,
chill.
Yeah, he's got very, very, very good at being relaxed. And here, I'll do this because this will make me big, but we can also see you too. So the issue that I have is the left back, the right back, and the center back. Because that ironically, because that's actually the issue with this team, if you think about it. Because I don't know who to play. Like, if I play Sandro as a left back, everybody loses their mind and says, oh my God, Sandro can't handle it, which, he hasn't been performing well.
That's fair.
And then do I put Quad on the right? And then now what? Oh, two big boys. Ooh.
Oh, man. So ridiculous.
So now the thing is like, so when we look at our little diagram here, our dashergram, move it over here. So we have Sandro and we have Quad. Now in the middle, what do I do? Do I put Danilo and Bremer, or do I put like problem is like Danilo's a makeshift center back and Bremer can only play in a back three. So even then, like, this may look good on paper, but it may look good on FIFA. That's going to be our new joke instead of look good on paper. So I can put Brem and then Danilo. But does that solve the problem? Because the thing is, Dave, is like when we actually break this down, the root of all evils is essentially the back line.
The root of all evils. Okay.
I sound a little bit religious, but geez, I got a little bit too into it. But because that's the issue that I'm having right now.
Well, no, it is obviously it's The team is suffering because we're missing pieces or we have unwilling players to play certain positions.
Yeah. And it's just like some of these players need to compromise or adjust. Bremer's not old, dude. Bremer's young. He should be able to adjust to play in a back four. He plays in a back four for Brazil.
Yeah,
And
I
if
don't
he
see why he can't.
and if he wants to play for Brazil, he needs to understand, hey man, I got to learn how to do this.
It's the time.
Because that might be one of the reasons why he wasn't called up initially was because he couldn't do the back four, and that's what Brazil run is a back four. So, I can sit here and make excuses for players, and I think the only player that I can actually warrant an excuse for is Kostic, just because of fatigue and him just being overworked at this point, which is kind of like Cuadrado the last 3 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've trolled Cuadrado and said some of the dumbest things that he's done, but at the end of the day, when we look at it objectively, this poor guy's been run into the ground for almost 4 seasons now. So
Sandro's kind of
Sandro as well.
Rabiot, he stays healthy most of the time though.
Yeah, but he's got mother's milk to get him rolling.
He's got some milkies. It's still my background too. Oh man.
And it's like, I keep saying but
don't you know?
Don't you know? It's the Midwestern in me, but
Fargo.
Swear. I love this team. I'm not sitting here saying that Juve's garbage and blah blah blah. We're like, again, if you guys are expecting us to say that here, go to a different channel. That's not how we roll here. We can be upset, we can be passionate about it, but at least we're trying to be objective on certain
they go to different channels. I see them there.
Are you guys cheating on us, KB Bones?
I mean, I'm just kidding.
There.
No, I'm there too. So I check them out.
We love you guys. Yeah. And also for some of the new people that are coming in too, that are like just discovering us or finding us out, we're not that channel. We're not going to do that. I don't think it's not a productive conversation to sit here and say this guy or this club is a joke. This club's a banter club. This is that and blah, blah, blah. And we're not going to post clickbait titles or clickbait, anything like that. Cause no, it's not a productive conversation going at that point. At that point, you've already put yourself in a hole.
You know what I am doing though?
What
with
are
the
you
thumbnails
doing?
Is every time, because I learn as I go, right? Like I'm not a graphic designer. I've taken some online courses, whatever. I figure things out. So each time I tried something new, one of the other guys would like copy what I was doing. So we have a bit of an arms race now. So the thumbnails are becoming more and more ridiculous. I'm gonna see how far we can push this.
It's gonna be at some point. Like, I was just say you did just do like a penis on one of the thumbnails.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna have some fun with it, of course.
And then Bones is saying, "How would you see us unless you were there too?" Bones, I have my methods.
Alt accounts, man.
Yeah, I have burner accounts. It's called Dash's burner account. You should see me. No. But I think I've said everything that's on my chest. I've deflated. I kept it pretty PG. I didn't go bonkers, did I?
You dropped an F-bomb.
I did.
So PG-13 maybe. But yeah.
Like, well, jokes on that because our content's technically, labeled for adults. So
it's not labeled as adult so much as it's just not labeled for kids.
Yeah, it's XXX.
It's double D.
That's true. That's true.
What's this? Not a Cop 94? Is that your burner account?
Somebody said I look like a narc and I died laughing.
I can see that.
They're like, Dish, I feel like you're like a secret cop or something like that.
Yeah, like, but not like the actual, not like the beat cop, just the analyst.
No, yeah, like they're like, you look like you're an undercover narc. Like, are you gonna bust me for something?
He would do though financial crime. It'd be all white collar stuff.
Yeah, like Harvey, like from Suits.
I haven't seen that. I believe.
See, I thought you would like that show. You would like that show, Dave.
Would I? I don't. I don't watch TV.
I know you don't watch TV. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, whatever. That's the one with where Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Meghan Markle, who's Prince Harry or former Prince Harry. What is he anymore? Anyways,
I think it's just Harry.
It's just Harry.
It's just Harry.
Just the spare. He's just the spare. I don't know. Is that big in the States? You guys hear about all that nonsense?
No, I forgot he was a thing. Like, the funny thing is like you'll see and it's like, oh, hey, it's the guy that Harry. I said it's the guy that Harry married. It's the woman that Harry married. Everyone's like, oh, cool. Nobody really cares about that much here.
Because the whole media train thing was to drum up the interest of Americans, get the whole American media train going, right?
Yeah.
We hear it a lot because Canada's still tied to the monarchy. So much noise. Like, I've never paid attention. I just really don't care. As you know, and if you haven't seen it, we cut out the whole PK Shakira clip that 5. I don't know, how long was that anyways? How long did he rant on that one?
Who, me? PK?
Yeah, the PK Shakira one.
That was like 3 minutes.
Let's see, pulling up now.
It was funny.
Three. Okay, that was it. It's just 3 minutes 40 seconds. All right, that wasn't too bad. Not like
today, or what?
Not like the
45?
past. Yeah, not for the past 45 minutes. See, KB knows about victim Harry, the victim. Listen, he's a war vet. You don't know. You weren't there.
The one thing that I did find funny though, so I was watching the game on Paramount Plus, and they're like they were trying very, very hard to mute out the boos for the Serie A.
Oh, actually, yes.
You have the video. I know you have the video of it.
No, I called that out because as I was watching, there was a clear audio click as they switched the source of the microphones, but that one was louder, and they immediately switched it back. Yep. So they were trying to cycle through the microphones, and they could not drown it out. The boos were that loud. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And the thing is, I was a little bit bummed out that the fans were totally behind the team and the team was just out of it.
Yeah, no, that is the disappointing. Andrew Palmeiras, he's made it here. Yeah, he slept through the 6 a.m. match. It is a little early. I've missed a couple matches too. The females are super early.
Yeah, Andrew, you didn't miss much.
Yeah, I
you just missed yourself losing your mind for an hour and a half. So you're good, buddy.
But the females, they were playing 6 a.m. our time, and
yeah, and then the next gen, they were down 1-0 and they came back and won 2-1. So
did they play? That's the thing. There's 3 games in one day. How do you can't?
It's tough. Here, I got it because I had it saved on my phone because I actually was keeping. Yeah, no, Andrew, the stadium was sold out and we still laid an egg. So Juve next gen were down they were down by 1 goal by Rolfini, who scored the leading goal. And then Barenchea scored the equalizer. And I think it's Pequerono got the winner. So Juve beat LR Vincentia 2-1 to come back. And I believe they are... And that was a really good team that they beat too. So that team was 3rd place on the table. So Juve still 13th on the in the Serie C table.
And the Serie A table. Awesome.
And the Serie A table. And then, yeah, Andrew says, I rewatched it when I woke up. What a sad start. What a sad way to start my day. Yeah.
So I'm just going to check the women's standing, see if Roma won. And they did again. Roma keeps on winning. So 5-point spread between first and second there. So, I mean, we have one good Juve team this year.
Yeah. I kind of want to talk about a little bit of Roma and Napoli because that game was interesting.
Oh, fuck.
In my opinion,
first minute I stopped paying attention. Sorry, what? I'm assuming it was still 2-1.
It was still 2-1. I thought that game would have been a draw. I thought it should have been a draw, but I don't know what kind of magic that Napoli have done. But oh my goodness, it's almost scripted in a sense. Of course, it's not scripted, obviously, guys, but
no, there's really just an all or nothing going on with them, and
secretly there's an all or nothing, and Vince McMahon is working for Napoli, and he's scripting all of their games, and you just hear Stone Cold's theme music every time Napoli enters the pitch. No, but it's almost like Argentina, like Argentina's World Cup run, where it's just it just makes no sense.
Well, Napoli is Argentina and Italy.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much. I don't know if it's the ghost of Maradona or something like that, but some of this stuff where you're watching Napoli and it's How does this make sense? Like it just doesn't make sense. And I'm not trying to diss them or in any way possible or anything like that. Like these guys are balling out and kudos to them. But like some of the results, I'm just like, this feels like it's scripted. And people joke about the NFL being scripted. I'm sitting here thinking like Serie A is scripted. Because it's like, think about it. How does AC Milan concede 13 goals in 3 games?
They're at 13, so they're worse than us.
They,
At
no,
least there's somebody worse.
they are terrible. They
Oh
conceded
man.
almost 10 goals in just 2 games.
Oh man. Yeah.
Like,
They're
like that is ridiculous.
we're
They
just
lost,
giving it to Napoli. It's fucked.
like Milan. Like guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. We're not AC Milan. AC Milan is in free fall right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a silver lining. Like Milan, like holy crap. Like everyone's trying to say the goalkeeper's at fault, but like you lose to Lazio 4-0, and then Sassuolo comes and absolutely curb stomps you guys with 5. Like, I feel bad for Milan fans, man, because Rafael Leao, he's watching this and he's like, I'm out of here.
Oh, probably.
He's like, I am not staying for this. Because like the thing is like if anything, if you want to say if anything's a fluke, I would say Milan Scudetto was a fluke. Because you do not drop off that hard the following season.
It happened. No, it can happen. I wouldn't call it a fluke. Just the stars aligned. It happened. Inter, we know, without Conte, they were nothing.
You know, it's interesting because your friend FC Barcelona fan says that Napoli have Osimhen. Yeah, they do. But here's the crazy thing, man. Even without him.
Hold on. Speaking of
Simeone.
criminals and financial. Speaking of financial criminals, the Osimhen deal, just how ridiculous that one was. But I just wanted to point that out. Go on.
Oh, I thought you were gonna play Sam and Damo's clip, but he's like,
"Oh, I don't have it ready." I mean,
I wish
you did that last time.
I did. I didn't have it downloaded. I had to share my screen for it. But dude, that Sam clip was freaking hilarious because Sam's like, they added like 4 players, and I don't even know if like 2 of them are still alive. Like they went onto the plane, they went to Lille, and they never played for him, and one of them's back at Napoli, and it's like, is this guy even alive? Because I've never heard of him. But no, oh my god, that shit had me I was crying. That was probably like my worst Sam Adamo like imitation ever. But like,
it was okay.
It was so funny. You guys gotta watch it, the Couch Show podcast. But it was funny when Sam did it. But yeah, FC Barcelona. Napoli actually have a system. That's the crazy thing about it. Is like because they took out Osimhen, and then Simeone comes in and just hits the game winner. And it's like the crazy thing too is like it's not even a fluke with Simeone. Like when Osimhen's not playing, Simeone steps in, and it's like he's prime Osimhen. Like the way that they are playing just intrigues me. Like I said it yesterday, I still think that there's going to be a little bit of a collapse, whether it be in the Champions League or somewhere.
Well, the Copa.
I think.
Obviously.
Well, they're out, but the thing is like because I don't think Napoli can compete for Champions League and Serie A at the same time. But personally, I think they might just win a round, go into the next round, and then just kind of dump it.
They might be so far ahead in Serie A that they're like, yeah, man, we'll rotate in Serie A.
But you got to be careful. You got to be careful with that, though.
Who's competing for him, though? That's the thing. If like Inter's kind of doing okay, Milan's falling off. We're nowhere anymore. You know, like assuming the trend continues, they could just be standing all alone.
You still got Roma and Lazio that are in the mix.
Sure.
So the thing is like, so Napoli's 13 points clear. Almost, I would say about that. If you want to give them
it's about pretty juicy.
It's about 5 games. They're about ahead 5 games. If you start losing,
I'm saying if that continues.
Yeah, if it continues. I'm saying if it's 13 points by March, then yeah, it's pretty much done and dusted. But they got to be careful, man. Once you start getting into the Champions League, you know, stuff happens. I've seen teams drop stuff, especially if you're not built for it, because Napoli depth-wise, they have a great system. But again, for them, it's plug and play 1 or 2 players, not a full-blown lineup. That's when, you know, you start running into issues.
Look at this. The freaking cat shows up in the viewer count. Like, who are you? What is this? And if you're new, you're here, like, subscribe, please. We're almost at 1,000. We're so close. so close. So please do.
Yeah, and Barca and FC Barca is speaking facts here. He's saying football can change very quickly, and I think Napoli will prioritize Serie A. Yeah, I'm pretty convinced they'll throw the Champions League for the league because they're just not made for going up against twice. Like they're just not built for going up against it. And the thing is Mourinho is probably the most well-seasoned coach in Serie A right now, currently. I think he's more seasoned than Allegri by far, and he gave Napoli a very hard time. Like he did. And the thing is in
Even
the
without Zaniolo.
yeah, even without Zanello. But like he gave them a very hard time with Roma. So you can only imagine once Spalletti goes up and he starts playing against Pep, starts playing against Ancelotti, starts playing against PSG, Benfica. Like once he starts going up against those teams, then I think Napoli's just going to throw it and just focus in on the league, which, power to him because, it's the first Scudetto forever. And
30.
yeah. So like, again, it's at least Inter and Milan are not getting their second stars, but, that's just me being petty.
No, and that's the thing. I'd rather them not.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with Napoli winning, but the way that they're just being handed it, that's what I'm upset about.
Is it them being handed it, or is that them actually just going balls to the wall and going for it?
Both. Like we're not challenging either. None of us are.
So I'm gonna throw a really petty question into the chat, and I can't. And chat, I really
petty,
want
so go for it.
I know. I want the chat to have fun with this. And this is gonna be an interesting question. So I'm gonna be seductive. So would you guys rather have Napoli win the title, or AC or Inter Milan get their second star? Type it into the chat.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I'd rather have Napoli get it than have the Milans get a second star. I just don't want to hand it.
But the problem with that I have is Napoli will then make like 50 documentaries in the next 20 years of them winning this.
Well,
that irritates me.
They're owners of film, dude. Whatever. You can do whatever you want.
They're the Arsenal of Serie A. I think that's the best analogy you can do for Napoli.
Okay, listen though. Napoli is such a trash city. Can't you give them something?
So is London.
Just feel, yeah, it is, sure.
I bet you
just don't feel bad for
KF would have been in here, but like, what are you talking about? But
what does the second star mean? So 10 so each 10 Scudetti is a star. So 10 league championships.
Yeah, so yeah, because we have 3 stars on our jersey because we have 38.
And the next top 2 teams have the 1 star of Milan because they're at
19.
Yeah, they're both on the helicopter. None of them are.
None
of course. But
And then Bone says I'm fine with Napoli getting it. KB's being petty. He says no handouts, no stars. I'd rather have Roma win it. I wouldn't, just because I'm petty towards Dybala.
Roma fucked us. What was it? Was it 91? I don't know. They fucked us. Roma fucked us, then Lazio fucked us the next year. Yeah, get your ass off the screen. Let's go.
Cat twerk videos, guys. But yeah, it's I think it looks like some people, it's kind of split. Some people are okay with them. Ellie comes in saying, nah, none of it. None of the shenanigans.
Ain't having none of day yet.
But
yeah, I mean, sir,
I feel much better now. I let it all out.
Well, you let it, yeah. I mean,
I let it all out, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I gotta do this. It was one of those things where it needed to be done. So like a lot of you guys that came in late, sorry, you guys missed like my 40-minute monologue.
They can catch. I mean,
I would not want anyone to rewind and hear that. You would be a brave.
If you're stuck in like LA traffic, and you just need to rage, listen to Dash's first or just the first 45 minutes of this. Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew says, Napoli might have 3 Scudetti, but we have 3 stars, and I'm not worried about them. Elephants don't see ants. I love this comment.
Man. Oh man, the dad jokes, they're getting bad.
I know the dad jokes are great. I love it because I've had an effect on all of you. I've turned you all into savages.
Oh boy. All right, since we're at it, remember there is this what day is it today? Is it the 29th? Yeah, voting starts tomorrow. I guess we should design something, shouldn't we? I know, Andrew, you said you'd work on something. I don't know if you're still on that. But, yeah, essentially, We'll use our social media backing because how much is the Instagram? Is it like 80,000?
No, we're at 50.7K.
Oh, 50. And then I think the Twitter's 20. So that's like 70,000 plus the 1,000-ish around here. And what's TikTok at now?
Not that much. Surprisingly, our TikTok doesn't have that much engagement. Because the thing about TikTok is like you get a shit ton of views, but it's just like sometimes you get followers, sometimes you don't.
I know nothing about it. I don't. The conspiracy, the hat. I'm not going to put the hat on, but the TikTok. There's a bit of conspiracy theory there. I don't trust it. No, it's not going on my phone.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
They can be on your phone. Okay, he's working on it. Awesome. Nice. Okay. I think Sunday night, gonna have a nice short one. I got my osso buco to eat. Yeah, 6
I love how
o'clock.
you said it's short, but we've been here for an hour.
We usually go 1 hour and a half, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, we do. But yesterday was a special show because everyone was just like flagging us with questions, and we're just like, "All right, guys, we'll see you." And then someone's like, "Wait, what about this?" And I'm like, "Okay, fine, we'll answer it."
You know, I thought people would be more upset just because they were saying like, "Yeah, do it today while it's still hot." And I thought people were fired
Yeah,
up. Maybe
you
they
know,
just wanted you to be fired up.
I guess they just wanted to hear me, but
Yeah.
the thing is I lost my train of thought.
You did it twice. You did it 2 nights in a row.
I'm getting old. I'm getting
Yeah,
old, man.
man, you're not even 30.
Oh, the thing is that's what I wanted to say. So I'm kind of intrigued because usually you'd think, because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, shit, this chat's gonna be pissed. And like, you guys weren't really that pissed off. You were pissed, but not like, you were respectfully pissed
You
off.
had enough for everyone, it seems.
I think so. I just was just serving in. I was frying. I was just cooking. And the chat was watching and listening. And they're just like, hey, just let them cook. Because, it's funny because people have said it to Beppe, and it's like also they said on our Twitter, like, man, how is Dash like completely like poker faced? And I was still poker faced when I was ranting, but I was like ranting. It was like a poker face rant.
No emotion.
It was cold.
Has Dash become sentient? He's really just a robot.
I'm just built different.
It's that you're an engineer. You're definitely built different.
Sorry guys, left side of my brain. Hate to break it to y'all. I should ask this question in the beginning of the show. I just found it now. It was funny. So somebody posted this. This is a joke. I think this is funny. We need to get points to one of the things is, what would Allegri say during his post-match press conference? And the options are overall performance, Pogba, Milik, Bremer, and the others, aiming to win the Europa League, or we will learn from this and move on. So FC Barcelona says, you guys have 36, but ultimately the gap is too far in terms of league. Only AC Milan can really compete. We had 2 stolen from us illegally, so technically it is 38.
Yeah, you can look at that. I mean, when you search it up, because clearly you went on Google to look at this, and yeah, so
Google is owned by Inter. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, Inter's got nothing. Who cares? Who
Yeah.
cares about Inter?
Well, Inter is the ugly stepchild that we never care about.
You know what the problem is whenever I think of Inter, I still see Conte's face.
Yeah,
it kind of ruins it for me.
Yeah.
It's like when you're with your new girlfriend and you're doing it, but you still see the old like haggard girlfriend's face for some reason because she still haunts you.
Yep. The funny thing too, and this is for FC Barca fan, Real Madrid and Barcelona hate each other's guts, and those are the 2 most like successful clubs in Spain. Where it's like we hate the guts of like the bum of the bunch when it comes to like overall success. Like Inter has probably achieved the least amount of the flagship Italian clubs, and no offense, Napoli, I don't consider you one of the flagship Italian cups, but
they're one of the 7 sisters.
Yeah, one of the 7 sisters, but again, like it's AC Milan, Inter, and Juve. Like you would think that Juventus and AC Milan hate each other's guts, but there's like a mutual respect between the 2, where it's like we both essentially hate Inter. Like AC and Juventus just absolutely want to dunk on Inter. This is funny because also for future reference, you don't want to say 36 Scudetti to a Juventus fan because they'll hit you with a 38. Helicopter says, speaking of Conte, where do you think Conte will be next year? He clearly wants to return to Serie A. Which club do you see him? So I touched on this a little bit earlier. I would not be surprised if Allegri gets sacked at the end of the year, during the summer, not during the season, and you see Conte pop his head back in. Do I think it's going to be a successful move short term? Probably. But
What if Conte goes back to Inter?
I don't
What if
think
he goes to Milan? He
I
should
don't
go to Milan. He
I
should
don't
go to
think I
Milan's
don't
going
think
to trash so hard. He's going to rebuild Milan next.
no, because the reason why I say no to Milan is because they do not spend ridiculously like that Conte wants. Milan
I
is
guess. Listen, I'm
Milan
trying
is
to.
again. I don't see Milan spending.
You're ruining my fairy tale.
It's just the truth. But like
No mafia, no win.
yeah, sorry, I forgot to pay the mobsters, man. Unfortunately, I forgot. I had PayPal open and I forgot to do it, so
I
that's why we
feel
didn't
this
win.
might
Sorry,
be a
guys.
troller though with the whole
Yeah,
Juve thing. Now that they got busted, he's saying no mafia, no win.
yeah,
I don't know.
big buck. I thought, be a little bit more creative and say like dig Bick or something like that. But KB says Conte will go to Milan and be in bed with all the top 3 clubs and finally realize that he's a snake.
Well,
I
that's
think
what the storyline. The storyline's fun.
Dave wants to go for the storyline. But
Yeah.
the thing is like it wouldn't surprise me. Say that Allegri does terribly and he, gets his marching orders at the end of the season. It would not surprise me if Conte is back because essentially Conte had beef with Agnelli and Agnelli's out the door. So like what's stopping him? Because that was originally what the beef was. So Nedved's gone, Agnelli's gone. So like Conte will be like, hey, you guys remember me? I'll come back for a little bit. But the thing is like I don't know. I don't know where Conte would go. I wouldn't surprise me if he tries to come back to us. I don't see him going to Inter. I don't think Inter's going to fire Inzaghi. I would be shocked if they did. Because I think Inter's board or their owners are more focused on selling them more than doing anything right now.
Yeah, and that's the one. Bones there. Gasparini saying, or he's saying Gasparini. Yeah.
Gasparini getting fed up. My thing is like, because here's the one thing that I give credit to Gasparini, and I did that yesterday night. That guy can coach up players.
Mhm.
Like he can take someone that's worth 500,000 and make them sold for 20 million. Which I think he's perfect for when it comes to like transitioning next gen players into the first team.
Which is what we want to do.
I think Gasparini's perfect. But my thing is like, and I don't know if it's just because it was Inter being a dumbass, but like him going up to a top tier team, they just kind of was like, no, not even like 2 or 3 months into the season, they canned him. My concern with Gasparini is how he will react and how he will work with the board. For him, I'm not, because the thing is like, he also has that personality where he'll clash with players as well. So with Gasparini, it's either like it'll work or it won't work. There isn't in the middle. Like Gasparini is like sorry in a sense.
Don't you think that perhaps that's what we need? Because you see that with Mourinho right now, or always with Mourinho, that we kind of need a hard line, and then if a player doesn't work, you move him on. Because maybe trying to play the middle line isn't working right now.
So the problem that I have with that is these guys also have a hard line with the management. Because the problem is like I'm fine with coaches being tough on players, but once the coach starts getting into it with the management and starts getting into disputes with the owners and such, like for example, the one thing that I have a huge stain on Gasparini is how he handled the Alejandro Gomez and Illich situation.
Yeah,
because he fought with the board and told the board it's either me or this guy, and that's one of those things where, as a coach, that's not a good spot to be.
just in any job, really.
Yeah, so that's my one thing. And then Sarthak says, "What are the chances Juve get top 4 out of 100?"
Random number, I don't know, 27 and a third.
I would say 75%.
Still at 75. It depends if 15 points hold or not. It's
I'd say 75%. If the 15 points hold, I would say 89.
Going that high. I don't know. It's hard for me to after today. See, he is a troller. Juventus to Serie B. He's just here to throw shit without actually saying anything intelligent. So, I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, It's funny. His name is funny. I thought it'd be more creative. So FC Barcelona says 36 or 38 doesn't really make much of the difference. It's Serie A history at the moment. So the Calciopoli. Yep, that's what that was. That's why they took 2.
Well, what one because they were in first and they relegated them,
yeah,
and they probably should have won the second year as
and
well.
they took the other one and they gave it to Inter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ironically, Inter finished 3rd or 4th that season.
So Big Buck, it sounds like you still belong in your mother's teat because that's about your maturity level right now. So say something, say something intelligent or fuck off because nobody wants you.
Okay. But yeah. So is there any, we'll kind of do like a mailbox thing. Anything that the chat wants us to talk about? Anything that we didn't cover? Any questions that you guys have? If you guys have any questions about the stuff that you missed. Anybody?
Why you mad? No, okay, so here's my thing. I don't give a fuck if you want to talk shit. That's fine. But and we've been through this before. If people just want to come in and not actually put any context and they just want to troll, that makes you a troll. We don't accept trolls because trolls are pieces of shit. We don't accept pieces of shit here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to be intelligent and actually give me a different point of view that's differing from mine and have an actual intelligent conversation, I'm 100% for that. In fact, I love that. But if you want to be a troll, a la piece of shit, you can go fuck yourself and I'll just block you at the end of the day if that's what it comes to. Clear? All right, cool.
Dave the Troll Police. And here, I thought I was the mad one.
Well, you are.
I am.
Okay, what do we got here from KB?
KB is responding to essentially when he mentioned 38, 36 doesn't make a difference. That's KB's response to that. And then Sarlacc says, clearly Big Buck is definitely not Canadian.
Yeah, well, I mean.
And then Andrew says, are we getting any players in? So right now, I haven't heard anything about anything being transferred in. There is potential movement for a right back or anything like that. There hasn't been anything solid. I remember Franceta. What was it? Franceta was like someone that we were looking at.
Yeah, we're not looking at it.
Yeah, but we pulled out of it. That's what she said. But anyways, yeah, I don't think there's anything new as far as transfers. It might change now due to what happened potentially, because U of A tend to have a knack for signing players on a whim out of nowhere. But as far as transfer news, there isn't anything, unfortunately, Andrew.
Pretty
So
quiet. Yeah, there's a couple of rumors, but
he said,
I wouldn't be surprised just with the situation that we don't do anything.
Malo Gusto. And then Bone says, what's a center back that we can bring in? Right now, there's not really much, unfortunately.
There is not.
The problem, Bones, and this is the thing that I think that there's the issue with the team, is that they don't know what they're going to do as far as a back 3 or a back 4. That's the issue.
That is a huge issue.
Because the thing is like we can't buy defenders if we don't know what we're going to do with them. And as much as I love Bremer as a defender, but that's one of the issues that I have is they bought him when they were building a team for a 4-3-3.
It was also to kind of block Inter as well. There was
and I totally understand. And I understand that maneuver as well, but that's one of those things where it's just short-term thinking when it came to that deal. Bone says, and can we not bring Pellegrini back? I don't think so. I don't think the club's able to bring him back.
I think you probably could, but I don't know what the clause in that, like how much you would have to pay.
Yeah, and then the other thing too is we have Cambiaso.
There's also that. And I don't think we really like Pellegrini in the first place. Yeah. As in the club, Allegri perhaps, but
yeah. So Andrew brings up this question: who replaces Allegri? Yeah. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Well, and that's it. It's just questions. So we talked about Conte, Gasperini. Zidane is technically a name.
I don't know why I'm not sold on Zidane.
Well, because you have mentioned it. We do know why you're not sold on.
Yeah, Zidane. I'm not sold on him, unfortunately. The chat can throw in some names too, who they think. I know they threw in Gasperini. You know, the thing is like at this point, and it's gonna sound crazy me saying this, but I wouldn't mind giving De Zerbi a chance.
Oh, there you go.
I really wouldn't mind it. Because I've been kind of keeping a track on what he's been doing at Brighton, and it's actually kind of impressive what he's been doing. So I kind of look at it, and I'm like, eh. And then Sarthak says, do you guys think Juve should look at the free transfer strategy like Barca does to get people on the cheap? No.
Well, that's not really saving
No.
money though, because you pay in wages, and we totally did that.
No. I think we need to do away with free agents, to be honest with you.
This is so random, but yes.
That's right. That's right. It's on Switch. I totally forgot.
Did it release?
It's on the expansion pass for Switch, so you can play the 64 and it has multiplayer.
It was supposed to be on Game Pass though as well. Is it on Game Pass?
I don't know. I
don't have a Switch.
It should be.
You should be. If I can play, I've been in the stream right now. If it's on Game
Pass.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Dave's gonna stream on the Discord. He's just gonna make even though it's a YouTube channel, he's gonna stream GoldenEye.
It doesn't look like it. You assholes, man.
Oh, I totally forgot about that because I was thinking about this game that I totally forgot that GoldenEye is out.
How do you?
Oh man, that game is such a classic.
I didn't know they actually released it because there was nothing about it.
It wasn't like it's not like they remastered it or anything like that. It's just like they.
It's literally just the OG.
It's the same. It's the OG. It's the N64, but now you have online multiplayer.
Really?
Yeah, it's just touched up. It's literally touched up.
I'm so disappointed.
Andrew asks us, have you guys been watching The Last of Us? I have not seen it yet. I've played the games. I've played the games. I just haven't watched the show yet. I've been a little bit afraid because I'm going to be honest with you, Andrew, is Halo disappointed me a lot because I'm a huge Halo fan, and watching it on Paramount and how they did that show dirty kind of irritated me. So I'm kind of waiting just to see what all the reviews are before I start. But yeah, I've heard of it. I've played the games. I just haven't seen the show yet. And then Lars confirmed saying that yes, it is on Switch. It's on Game Pass, but online exclusive on Switch.
Yes, so I can stream it. I have to stream it because it's an Xbox one. It's not a PC thing, but I fucking play this game. Okay, we got it in the stream.
He's like, all right, guys. Dave, this is Dave right now, guys. He's just like, all right, great, everybody. See ya.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I can actually
gonna go out. See you guys. We're gonna play GoldenEye. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's see. A controller. Okay, I need a controller connected. Maybe I could actually get it on the screen.
Sarthak says Luis Enrique. That's not a bad suggestion. Because he did really well with Roma. He actually he had the old record of the most consecutive wins, and then Allegri beat it. But yeah, not a bad option. And then FC Barcelona fan responds saying, a league title versus a European treble. I don't know how you can compare the two. That's facts. And then Bones says, yes, Last of Us is good.
Oh man, this is crazy. I gotta turn it down here a little bit.
I love how you turn it on midstream. That's so funny.
Yeah, why not? We did that other piece of shit game.
You played Soccer Story. I can't believe. Oh my god! I remember looking at the show notes for that, and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna try this and totally do it." I'm like, "What is this? It's like Soccer Minecraft."
Why does it not want me? Window screen. Okay, it's black right now for reasons.
Oh man, we're being on the thing, and then
okay, is it working?
No, I just see a black screen. Helicopter says, "Ha ha ha! You're kicking us out like when you receive the bill at a restaurant without asking for it because they want to close." That's Dave. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's not showing it.
It's the automatic built-in copyright system. They're just like, no, we're not showing this.
I want to show this.
And he's like, Dave, did you try working the shaft? Did you try turning it on and off again? That might be why it's not working.
So when
I hear it,
but it doesn't show it.
I hear it. It's just a black screen.
Oh, that's crap. I'll probably have to do it through OBS for it to work. That's how janky this is. Yeah, because I can share my left screen and do this weird thing. Whatever. I know what I'm doing later.
And then Sarthak says, what is your guys' favorite Juve player of all time?
Of all time? Buffon, probably. Buffon. Del Piero's. It's one of those like to have one. Different positions. No, not Ronaldo. But Del Piero, Buffon, Chiellini. They're 3 different positions, right?
I thought you were about to say Bernadeschi. I was going to hit you with that.
Emotional damage.
He's my favorite Toronto FC player. Okay, so favorite player besides ADP and Buffon, that would be Chiellini.
Yeah.
As he stares behind.
Someone just comes out. Alvaro Morata is my favorite, and just starts going.
Cameronese, yeah, that's a good one too.
It's tough because, like, you guys got probably one of the clubs where you can, like, besides Barcelona, I think Juventus is one of the clubs where you can say that you have like a consensus GOAT player. Like, it's probably Buffon or Del Piero, and then like for Barcelona, it's Messi. So it's tough because, like, current Juve player, I'd probably say Chiesa.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Zidane. I mean, there's so many, right? That's the thing.
I played that ooh-wee for Bones, but Bones didn't notice it. Vucinic, yeah, we like him. The guy's the GOAT for taking his pants off.
Yeah.
Too bad we didn't score because Dave said he'd do it live stream. He'd get one of those Adidas track pants.
I'm looking for them. I actually bought Adidas track pants at the Value Village that I was gonna modify. I haven't even put them on yet. I don't even know if they fit.
So you're not wearing any pants right now? No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm wearing pants. I am also playing GoldenEye right now. The frame rate is atrocious.
It's probably because you're streaming.
No, my computer can handle it. It's just that this game was made in 1997.
Oh, this is interesting. So I'm going to ask you this. So, FCB fan, you actually would pick Xavi and Iniesta over Messi? Like, it's not me asking like an ignorant question. Like, I'm like legit curious because I would always think that all Barcelona fans would probably say Messi without like any debate whatsoever. And it's not like me knocking on Xavi and Iniesta and saying that they're not legends, but like if I were to go to like just a random Barcelona fan and say like who's your GOAT of Barcelona, they would say Messi. So that'd be interesting if I saw it. Yeah, games won in the midfield. Yeah, totally don't disagree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just you're probably the first Barcelona fan that I've had a conversation with that hasn't come at me with Messi. That's all. So I was just like legitimately curious.
Come at me with Messi, bro.
Yeah, because that's definitely a first. I've never seen that before. Because usually, like, I'm like, hey man, well, who's your favorite player? Messi, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, what about Puyo? And they're like, what's a Puyo? Is that Froyo? And I'm like, oh god. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, I agree with Bones. Puyo was a true cap. Like Puyo was low key, like catch me outside, and I'm like, give you these hands. Like that guy was nuts. Like you'd think Italian, like he was like the most Italian defender. Like he was the most Italian Spanish guy I've ever seen in my life when it came to defense. I'm dead serious, man. Like even when he went up to the referee, Puyo would do this. He'd do the old Italiano.
Spaniards do that too.
So like, yeah, Puyo was almost like he was like Chiellini with a full head of hair.
Yeah.
Could you like visualize it? Visualize Chiellini with long, luscious locks.
Well, we can pull him up. We can do that. Let's get the visuals.
Yeah, I got him off GoldenEye. He's like sitting there. He's like, shit, I need to pull.
It was so fun. You knew it was going to distract me.
But yeah, I really think that like Puyo low key is like Chiellini with just hair. Like I could be bonkers here, but like definitely. Did you find it?
There it is.
Yeah, see, like he is. Like he's like Chiellini with shorter or with longer hair.
I don't know. Chiellini is much more handsome than him. He's got that scrunchy face.
Yeah, he's got the scrunchy face, but like look, they got the same like look, the same chin. Like look at Puyo in a tux. Like this is just like Chiellini in a tux. Andrew follows in saying Puyo has to be my favorite Barcelona player. I don't like Barcelona, but it's Puyo and Dino. Man, Dino was something else, man, back then.
Let's look up Dino.
Like Dino was just straight up sauce. Like that guy came in and was like, "How do you want me to bend you over, and where do you want me to slide it in on?"
Who's this guy?
Dino Cantor. I don't know. It's another Dino. I mean, you typed in Dino instead of Ronaldinho.
No, I know. I never actually typed it up before. So
You know, that's funny. So that picture that you have right there, I still think was probably hands down the greatest World Cup game of all time.
yeah.
Like I think France versus Brazil in 2006 should have been the final. As much as like, you know, we're Italian fans here and such, but
The finals are never as good though.
yeah,
Except this last one, but
yeah, that was hands down probably the best one. And then Andrew's probably with the comment, that W comment. Puyol looks like a handsome Squidward. Yes. Oh my gosh. There was this one page back in like 2011, 2012 called Soccer Memes. And I remember seeing that image of Puyol and Squidward, and I could never get rid of it. Like I could never get that image out of my head. That's so funny. FC Barcelona fan says, I'm a big Messi fan, but Xavi and Iniesta are just as special, if not more. Puyol was great too, but Pep's Barcelona was just a perfect storm. Yeah. That was legit the golden generation of golden generations, because you even throw in PK, Villa, Pedro.
Well, I got this one.
Busquets. Yeah, they also compared Chiellini. That's what I'm telling you. I told you. Puyol is the Spanish Chiellini.
But I don't see the Puyol one.
You know what's funny? So we were telling each other that we're gonna do this for an hour, and we're already at an hour and a half again.
Yeah, all right. Come on, guys. I gotta make my spaghetti.
All right. So I say we're gonna close the stream off. If you guys want to kind of listen to my rant, just go ahead and rewind. It wasn't really a rant. I think it was just me being Coach Dash.
It was a monologue.
Yeah, so I gave a pretty decent monologue. So if you guys want to catch the replay on that, just rewind this video and check that out. We will be on. Do you guys collect football shirts? I have an Edgar David shirt around here somewhere. I think.
I have a knockoff Dutch one of David's. I obviously have what's there.
I've got an Italian Roberto Baggio jersey. I've got a United States Landon Donovan jersey. I've got obviously Ronaldo with a Juve shirt on.
I actually bought two more. I bought two more.
Did you?
They're not, yeah, on Etsy. They might be knockoffs. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure they're knockoffs. But yeah, my favorite one is I have the Sony Edgar Davids jersey. Definitely.
So I bought the 2001 2, I believe it was, the Del Piero with the yellow numbers with the black outline. It was the first year of the Allianz.
I gotcha. So my dad has a Juventus Gianluca Vialli jersey,
and that's the other one I bought. I got the Champions League Vialli one.
So he's got that. So that one's definitely cool. But I think that's the last question we'll answer.
All right.
We definitely appreciate the engagement, whether you're a troll or not. It's fun.
And guys, GoldenEye is back. It's back. It's trash.
I'm gonna lose Dave. I'm gonna lose Dave for like 3 days. Thanks, dude. Lars. Dave's gonna be out for streaming now for like 2 or 3 days.
When this game came out in '97,
it broke.
I was gone 4 days. 4 days. I was done.
It was a great game. It was hands down probably the best first-person shooter game of all time.
Absolutely.
But on that note, guys, we'll be on Twitch tomorrow with Beppe. We'll probably be talking about the Monza game. So, Lars, I blame you because I'm going to lose Dave for like 3 days now, nonstop. He'll forget that we're streaming and doing. Yes, Lars, you've unlocked. You have unleashed the beast.
Nothing else matters, which is a Metallica song, which has Lars Ulrich. So there you go, Lars.
Yeah. Well, you know, the problem is now Dave's going to forget about his puppies.
My puppies. I got to see my puppies.
Yeah. He's going to be playing GoldenEye. They're barking in the background. He'll be like, shh.
Shut up, you puppies. I got to live like I'm 13 again.
Yeah. Lars is saying, forget all the bad memories from today. Go play GoldenEye. But yeah, anybody, if you guys have a Switch, Xbox Game Pass, go ahead and check out N64 GoldenEye. That's for us old farts. Sorry, Call of Duty was not our first shooters. But anyways, guys, programming updates. We will be on Twitch tomorrow with Beppe. So you guys talk Juve on Twitch. We'll probably stream some point throughout the week. We do have to cover the Coppa Italia with Lazio, so we'll probably do some pregame. Dave might do a watch along, depends on how Dave's schedule works. And my schedule as well. I don't know, whatever. But anyways, we'll see you guys next week. We're gonna do a double take next week. It's gonna be about Zaniolo.
baby.
So I think it's time to touch on that topic just because there's a potential transfer talk for Zaniolo in the summer, or people wanting him and not wanting him, whatever. So we'll cover Zaniolo in our double take this week. Unfortunately, this weekend kind of sucks because of the result. It is what it is. Bones says you're a boomer, Dave.
Yeah.
On that note, we're signing off. I'm Dash. I'll catch you in on the next one. Forza Juve. Dave, finish all over, please.
I don't care what any of y'all say. I have golden eye and I have puppies. My life is complete. I'll catch you on the next one. Love you all.